We have here a Madone SL6 in a size 54 weighing 18 pounds even. 8.10 kilos. Stay tuned after the video. We're free to buy sound test on those bond trigger wheels right now. Hey everybody, GC Performance here, back with another video, and today I have for you guys a brand new Trek Madone SL6. This is a 2024 release. It comes with 105 Di2 and it retails for $5,500. That's right guys, you heard it here, $5,500. It's a size 54 and weighs 18 pounds. Trek kind of did this mid-release launch on these bicycles. They dropped this Madone right here with 105 Di2, and they also have a Ultegra Di2 for $6,500. And I think that Trek really did a good job at reading the market in terms of what customers want. And this will definitely incentivize customers who are looking at this kind of price point budget. Look after this bicycle. It is a beautiful looking aero bike, one. Two, you get a electronic Di2 group set with 12 speed on there. You get 50mm deep dish carbon fiber wheels and also a carbon fiber bar for $5,500. That blows the door off of a lot of other big name manufacturers out there around the same price point. Just to give you guys an idea, you have some specialized tarmac SL8s for $6,500 that come with a rival. You have other companies out there that are around $6,500 as well with kind of a rival group set as well. But beforehand, before this bicycle dropped, the Madones were only in the carbon fiber of OCLV 800. So the reason why Trek was able to go ahead and achieve this cheaper price point is they just released the same exact frame, the Madone, but in their new carbon, their OCLV 500 series. What that means is it's one step underneath the 800 series. So it's just a little bit heavier carbon fiber, a different layup on there. And so that's the way they're able to achieve this cheaper price point there. So a really good deal. It's basically a pro style frame, just one step underneath it. And to give you an idea, before with 105 Di2 and their OCLV 800 series, this bicycle would have been $8,000. So a really, really good deal. But anyways, guys, without further ado, let's get into the whole video and the walk around of this bicycle. It does come in another color as well. This is their burgundy red with the red logo. You have the matte black on top and kind of like this sparkly paint job, but a gorgeous bike. So starting off with the cockpit, we have on here their brand new release bar as well. This is their Bontrager Race, their RSL handlebar. That it's a two-piece system now, not their one-piece bar. This is also another reason why they made cheaper. But a carbon fiber aero bar on a $5,500 bike. You also have their own Bontrager stem as well with the cables underneath here. We have their Bontrager tape, and then it comes equipped with these Shimano 105 Di2 shifters, 12 speed in the rear, two in the front, and is a semi-wireless system. You can also add an out front mount system on here as well with your Garmin's or Wahoo. If you needed to, you can actually buy that separately. Going down here, we have the Trek Madone logo right here in the front, and then this huge, massive bladed fork for the Trek Madone as well. The bicycle can take up to a 700 by 30 C tire for their max tire clearance. Trek obviously wanted to make their aero bikes aero. You know, this bike is meant to be ridden on flat grounds. It's meant to be ridden at high speed, so you don't need this massive tire clearance on here. 28, 30 will be just as fine. For the wheel sets on here, they come with an AOS Bontrager Elite 50mm deep dish wheel with their own Bontrager hubs and also their bladed spokes. For the tires, they come with the Bontrager R3 tires and then their own Bontrager tubes as well. Going over to this side, we have in here a front 105 disc brake and a 160mm center lock rotor and their 105 front disc brake caliper as well with the through axle right here. What Trek Madone did to their revamped with the ISOFlow Madone is they made this bottom bracket area much more larger. They took advantage of the new UCI rule. They made the head tube much deeper. They made this bottom bracket area much more wider. It is definitely an envision of a TT bike or a tri bike. They want to utilize as much carbon fiber as they can, take up as much space they can, leave as little air gaps as here as possible to make this bike as aerodynamic as possible. And also with this carbon fiber here, it's going to make sure that place where you put down the most power is going to be as stiff as possible. So when you're putting down power, the bike's not swaying back and forth. You're putting down power, it's just going to take off. So they did a really good job with utilizing the new UCI rule. On the top part here, they have this matte black kind of look that goes all the way down the frame with a Madone logo right there and a brushed silver. You have your water bottle placements right here. Boom, 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 boom. You have the Madone SL logo and then their 500 series OCLV carbon. The Trek Madones are a T47 threaded bottom bracket, so they have in here a T47 Praxis bottom bracket on here with a 105 crank. I believe, I want to say it's a 50. I think that, yes, for some reason on an aero bike, they put a 50-34 crank. I don't know why. It should at least come with a 52-36, but they just stock it with that. So you get a 105 crank, a 105 front derailleur. That's one of the biggest downsides of getting a 105 Di2 is just the front derailleur in here. The Ultegra and the Durace are the exact same front derailleurs, but this utilizes the older tech of the older Di2 systems. But still, works great. I have the 105 stuff on my bike. It works really good. You have the SL6 12-speed chain. You have an 1134 cassette, and then the 105 rear derailleur as well. A lot of people don't know this, but the 105 product is very similar to the Ultegra and the Durace. The shifts on there, if you had a blindfold on and I got you on 3 different bikes with 105, Ultegra, and Durace, and I had you shift those bikes back to back, the rear derailleur on there, I don't think you'd tell a difference. You would not tell a difference at all in terms of the shift quality. It's literally the exact same stuff. The shifter hoods are the exact same ergonomics. Basically, all it changes throughout the system is just the hardware to make it lighter. The rear wheel is a Bontrager ELITEWHEELS Elite as well, with the bladed spokes and their own Bontrager hub. And then the rear disc brake rotor is going to be the 160mm center lock rotor as well, with the 105 disc brake caliper right there. So now we have this massive ISOFlow hole. They call it the Trek B hole. You can basically shove a fist inside there, and sometimes the bike might like it. No, but seriously, what Trek did is they took away their old system of the, sorry, I drew a blank there for a second, the ISO speed, and they basically put in the ISOFlow. What this is supposed to do, it's supposed to be a hole in the middle of the frame to help with aerodynamics. Not only is it supposed to help with aerodynamics and allow airflow to come here through better, so it's going to clear out the dirty air and make it a little bit more aerodynamic, but it's also going to add compliancy because now your seat post is basically free falling or free floating over this open area. So you have a seat post, or the carbon fiber seat post that sits up here, and it has a proprietary seat post system which is individually placed, so you can make your seat post in different seat height options if you needed to. But what that does is it adds that vertical compliancy to an aero bike. And the only downside that people really say about a aero bike is because of the way that the frames are shaped, their aerofoil shapes, is that they're known to be a little bit more vertically stiff. So when you have a bicycle with a seat post that's not directly connected with that carbon fiber right there, it should add for some added comfort bonus on there. If needed to as well, you also have these breakaway spacers that you can go ahead and remove and lower these spacers to make it so it's a little bit better for a fit position, and you do not have to re-bleed your disc brakes, which is cool. You can just go ahead and break away these little spaces right here. It should have a little cut right there. You lower down, you put some space on top, you can ride it for a little bit, and then you're good to go. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this bike. I think Trek did an amazing job with these new bicycle releases for 5,500 bucks. I hope that other manufacturers follow suit soon, because that is a really competitive price point and it's very hard to compete with. But this is the Trek Madone SL6 with a 105 Di2. It's a size 54 and retails for $5,500. Weighed in right around 18 pounds. If you guys are interested in it, hit up B&J Bicycles on Hillsboro. I'll put a link down below to their store. Ask for Vinny, he's a good guy there. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video. All right, here comes a free up buy contest on this Trek Madone SL6. Pretty quiet, but that's pretty standard on these mid-tier bikes. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do this for the video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah!